Week 2 is better than 1, 2 goals, 2 analysts, and Week 2 of high school soccer. Not letting lightning get in the way of anything. Happy to have Francis Stevens, our BCSN analyst and executive director for Pace Setter, Matthew Mountford, with us. It was a good week for high school soccer.
It was, yeah. Like you said, I mean, sometimes after a lightning delay, especially a lengthy one like we experienced at Southview, it can kind of lead to both teams coming out lacking a bit of energy, a bit of kind of zest needed to, play at high tempo. That wasn't the case. It was fast, it was ferocious, it was physical. The ball was flying all over the place. It was really fun to actually be there and see it. Anthony Wayne actually were 1-0 down going into the lightning delay. Cougars were pressing, playing really well. And I thought, oh, okay, maybe Coach Guffel's got the edge here. And then Anthony Wayne came out the second period and just kind of showed everybody why they're, still in contention.
Well, that's what's so interesting. That first week or two of the year, there's always those weird variables in there, whether it's players or the elements where you never know what you're going to expect. But what have you seen in the games that you've called, Francis? Who and what has stood out?
I think the biggest thing for me right now is there really hasn't been, there's not that it factor in Northwest Ohio. Alex Diaz, you could probably say he is that player. But for many other teams, I've not really seen that. I've seen St. Francis be a group of 15, 16, 17 players that whatever they play together as a group. And that's why they've gotten some of the results that they've gotten. I thought Perrysburg looked really, really good last week. Even though Diaz had a hat trick for them against Ottawa Hills. Again, I thought they were a much more cohesive group. Chase Jin Sung, Dennis Dishun's son, had a really, really good match for them. But I think I've really seen a lot of teams really gel being together. Last Saturday over at Strasser Field, the Northview Lady Cats, they're a very young team. They lost so many seniors the last couple of years, but again, you would never thought they lost anybody. I thought that their intensity, their focus, their drive, I think they had a little bit of that grittiness in them, and they found a way to spoil St. Ursula's night when it 1-0 because they played together.
Most definitely. I thought that Coach Newbold deserves a tremendous amount of credit. He's got a young team, but they didn't play like the young at all. They played like seasoned vets. It was great to see the tenacity within the girls as well. It was a physical game, but it was fair.
College soccer is back for men and women. You'll be on the call Thursday for the Toledo game. It's right here on BCSN. So what do we want to watch for with the UT women against Loyola Chicago?
Well, the biggest thing for them is kind of their bounce back. Obviously, had a draw on the road early on against Illinois Chicago. Coach Batman's first home game here or in the regular season. I think he's going to do a tremendous job. He has a great track record, unbelievable job he did at Ohio Northern for his 9-year career that he was down there. Now he steps up to the big show. They had some injuries last year for that UT side, but I think, again, a lot of healthy young ladies that are ready to go.
You guys played at a high level. What is it like those first couple games or those first few weeks with a new coaching staff and new players around you?
I think honestly the biggest thing is just then the coaching staff getting their ideas and philosophies into you. And so how can I adapt my game as a player to fit what the current staff want? And that's going to be Coach Batman's challenge, like it is any other coach, especially at that kind of higher level of college soccer, is just getting the messages across early enough and then implementing them early in the season. So I think for the first couple of games, you'll start to see different ideas and different methodologies and way of playing than maybe the girls are used to in the previous regime. But once they kind of adopt that, and then it becomes subconscious from there.
The BG women and their fans will, I suspect, be keeping a good eye on that game Thursday night because they play Loyola Chicago on Sunday. That's also a BCSN game. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, same time as the UT game. The men take on Cleveland State here on BCSN. The biggest storyline for BG men or women is what in your eyes?
Well, the biggest thing for me is going to be how do you replace a first-round MLS draft pick in Joy Akmanunu, but you really don't. Coach Nichols, again, he is so notorious at this time of year of playing some of the best teams in America. And Cleveland State is a fantastic team. Sanisha Ubi-Parapovich, who was one of my former club teammates I played with back in the day, has got a tremendous program there. But this Bowling Green side, super dynamic. Nathan Masters coming back for his 5th year. That really, really helps because you got Eli Shope as well, too, coming back in that mix. And again, they got some really, really good freshmen that are coming in that are going to be able to help Coach Nichols, especially.
Losing somebody like Joey, obviously graduating to the MLS, which is a fantastic achievement. Instead of looking for a direct replacement, maybe there's other guys that were kind of in the background that are now willing to step up. And bringing in freshmen, it's like anything. How quickly can you get them embedded into your style and your philosophy? And if that happens really quick, then they'll have a heck of a season. It's going to be fun to watch.
You can watch and listen to the UT game Thursday night with Francis on the call, also one of our great high school sports analysts. We can always find Matthew Mountford at Pacesetter Soccer Club.